Okay, in the last lesson, what we did was to attach two objects into various different pegs. One for the background and one for the cycle that we have, the cycle of the girl. And what happened was that the girl came into the scene, uh, and then the camera, by moving the background backwards, we created this impression that the camera was tracking the girl. What we want to do next is to bring in sort of a secondary bit of action there. So what we have in the next bit of sequence is there we have the girl sort of engaging with a different action of her sort of noticing something on the ground, picking it up, and then sort of turning around and walking away. So that again is been done. That bit of sequence of animation was imported in the same way as the cycle was brought in. We've pegged it up, and that bit of action is called pick up and turn. So if I just go to the start and play this, you notice that there you've got the camera tracking the girl, and it moves forward, and then this bit of action happens. Girl picks it up and moves away. Again, this has been doubled up. What you notice that the background is missing here. So what I need to do at this stage is to increase that to the range of, let me just find out exactly how many frames we've got here. And I think it should be 300, yeah. So if I go to the background drawing, there's a background drawing, scrub all the way down to the last frame there, and then go to that line, to the actually at that edge of line, and then drag everything down to the end of the action there. What we'll have is the background being on the scene for that length of time. I can, with the next layer, the peg layer for the background, insert another keyframe to make sure that we've got so the same image sticking on the on the frame. And then so if I really replay that now, there's the girl coming into the scene. Seeing something, picking it up, and then that's it. Now, what I can do at this stage, and so the next bit of the thing is for me to actually reintroduce that drawing of the cycle onto the next layer, which is this one. I've already brought in a third layer. And then what I'll do then is to insert it there and so get it to be turned around in the right direction for it to walk away or walk out of the scene. Again, that's fairly straightforward. I'll go to my, for that layer, I'm going to select see if I can do that here. So we've got 17 of them, which is that's the last one. I shift select the rest. So I've got that sequence all picked up now. And what I can do is just simply Command C to copy it. Go to layer 3, Command V to paste it, and that should paste everything there. But they are in the right place. So again, shift these. Actually, they're all in the the wrong space anyway. So I'm just going to cut that out. And put it right where that action is about to take place. and you notice that that's all the wrong size. So before going any further, I'm just going to repeg this and call that return, and then make sure that the second cycle is part of that. And all I need to do is hold the shift key and resize this to the size that I think is relevant, and everything kind of matches together. It's still a little bit too small, so by just pulling that out slightly, I think that's, oops, try that one more time. It is a bit fiddly. Alright. Okay, if you let go of the shift key first, I don't think you get that jump back. So, okay, we've got this, but it's in the wrong direction. So what I'll do now is sort of do a reverse of that in terms of scale. So pulling that across will give me exactly what I'm looking for, and that's just about right. Place the character in fact, I'm going to place the character a little bit forward because there's a bit of animation that needs to happen there of that arm kind of coming back to the chest. And so with that sorted there, what I can do next is a bit of animation happens, but I want to happen for at least a few more cycles. So if I shift select the first and shift select the last, and then right click on it and hit create cycle. I'm going to go for 4 cycles here. Okay, I've got a feeling that I may have missed 1 or 2 frames right at the end of that cycle. We'll see in a moment. So then I'll hit play. No, it seems to be okay. And of course, it's fairly easy and straightforward because from that frame, which is 300, what I can do is and right towards the end, which is I'm going to actually go to frame 400 here because I think that should be enough to actually take the girl out of the scene. With that selected, I'm just going to go to the girl here and then simply move her out of the scene to about there. And let's just have a look at the entire thing. So we have the girl coming in, camera tracks, there's a pickup and turn, and the girl walks out of the scene. Just making sure that there is no scrubbing or there's no... Yeah, that's fine. Right, so that's the scene. Of course, the background again needs to be extended to 400. So I'm going to hit extend exposure, add exposure. That's only one. There must be a way to do multiple. Extend exposure from 300 to 400. And that's the length of our animation. In fact, what I can do is in fact extend it a lot more, because just because a girl leaves the scene doesn't mean that the background should run out. So again, I'm going to go to extend exposure and put down 450. So that what we'll have, and we'll watch this one more time, is a girl cycling into the scene, seeing something, picking it up, and then walking out of the scene. And that would be the end of our sequence. All right, that's what we have. And I can get rid of everything past, in terms of animation, past this point, past 450. So I can simply go and then select everything there, and then hit the backspace to delete those frames, and then we are good to go. And that's the entire scene setup, very simply, with just a cycle of 17 frames and another sort of a simple animation of someone picking something up and turning it around. Now, what you also notice is that, and then adding the same cycle but manipulating it a little bit more. What you also notice is that the animation of the girl picking things up off the ground, whatever it is, we don't know. And also the actual animation of the girl in terms of drawings, individual drawings of her, aren't very good, aren't very accurate. It's a really fast bit of animation there, and that needs to possibly be redrawn and redone better. And that's what we'll be looking at in our next lesson in terms of cleanup and preparing other parts of the animation. Okay, and that's it for this particular lesson.